In case you missed it,
Yep.
really important date,
Easy to miss.
November 19th was World Toilet Day.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Oh, you knew
I did
Did
know
you
that.
celebrate?
I celebrate that day every day.
Every day.
At
That's
least
right.
once a day.
Well, no kidding, no kidding. In 2013, the United Nations General Assembly officially designated November 19th as World Toilet Day. Now, we're all laughing here. It is pretty funny. And,
Okay.
they actually kind of want you to laugh about it, maybe just a little bit, because let's face it, as any parent knows, poo is hysterical.
Well,
But just ask your kids.
Yeah.
Say the word poo. Wow! It's fun, right? But it is actually a really serious issue, particularly in third world countries. Something like 4.5 billion people still lack safe toilets or sanitation services that take away their waste and safely treat it. This in turn, as you can imagine, leads to that waste contaminating our global communities, their water, even the food, making people seriously ill and in a worst case, killing them. I mean, this is one reason why after a major catastrophe, the very first thing aid workers are doing is trying to make sure that contamination isn't getting anywhere. And that's after a catastrophe. But a lot of third world countries, they actually are kind of forced to live like that, and sanitation and stuff is a real issue, and it's a big health issue. And the thing is, safely processed poo can become a valuable, sustainable source of nutrients and energy and water. So World Toilet Day isn't only about dealing with sewage safely and getting rid of it, but actually finding uses for it. So you can kind of think about this as killing two birds with one poo.
oh, I see what you did there.
See what I did there? Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. All joking aside, standards can be of help here. We deal with standards a lot, and for World Toilet Day, the American National Standards Institute, ANSI, which is the U.S. member body of the International Organization for Standardization, or ISO, has highlighted the efforts of ISO Project Committee 305, ISO PC 305, which is dedicated to the development of an international non-sewered sanitation system. Non-sewered is the key word there, because think about it, we take flush toilets for granted. We've got an infrastructure for it. Or even if we're away from flush toilets, maybe like an outdoor concert or something, we know that there will be porta potties around that, and so we rarely worry about where we're going to go. In third world countries, there is no real infrastructure for handling either one of those, either flush toilets or even for carting away sewage. So how do you develop a non-sewage sanitation system? And this is what PC 305 is all about. This is really critical. So I mentioned that the UN wants to make this topic kind of fun, so they have a website. And so even though the idea here is serious, the idea is on their website is about destigmatizing talking about poo. So if you go out to the World Toilet Day website, which is www.worldtoiletday.info, worldtoiletday.info, you'll see a site with a lot of info and actually a cute little video on it of where poo goes. I think we've been running in the background there. So, I mean, we can joke about it, and it's easy for us to joke about it because we live in a world where we don't worry that much about sanitation. In places where that is a big issue, it's a big health issue, and there are standards out there that are trying to address some aspects of that issue. So
yeah, that's
important stuff.
It is important stuff, no doubt about that.